Welcome back, everybody. We are in the final round of 7 on this penultimate day at the North American SCRABBLE Championships here in New Orleans. I'm Robin Pollock-Daniel with
Conrad Bassett-Bouchard,
previous champion and all-around good, swell guy. We have a bit of a rejigging of the pairings. Will was not scheduled to play Ben Schoenbrun, but what they decided to do is have the top 6 slug it out, because they are the ones who are only ones who can win this tournament. So Will is now playing number 4, which is Ben Schoenbrun. Alec, who is in second place, is playing 3. So we're having a 1-4-2-3, and then Rafi Stern, who's in 5th place, can still also potentially win. So he's going to play number 6, Dr. Ian Weinstein.
Yeah. So basically, what happens here is if Will wins, and in the game between 3rd and 4th, or between 2nd and 3rd, if 3rd place beats 2nd place and 1st place beats 4th place, then will sew it up today.
Look at Benji. His tiles are sideways.
Yeah, it's a classic Benji with the sideways tiles. I gave him a pep talk before this game because he just had a rough game before. So he started out pretty fast here, but freaking Will's gonna bingo with easement for like $1 billion again.
Oh my God, look at that.
It just never fails every time.
And this is what we were talking. I mean, not that Will needs it. Never, never, never. Will is a fabulous player, but Jesus, you know. And him hitting the double letter, the whole thing triple, it's just flowing for him.
Yeah,
and it's like you're meant to win the tournament.
Yeah, and and that's how it was, when I won for a lot of the, near the end of the tournament, not so much. The last couple games, but I had a losing streak near the end. But in the middle of the tournament, it was just, if something could happen, I wasn't necessarily getting things, but my opponents kept missing stuff. There was one where, like, one of my opponents, who was a former national champion, almost every draw he had would win the game. I mean, he just missed it. Like, he just got one of the only draws that didn't win.
Oh my God.
And it was, I just looked at him like,
that's it, like it's meant to be.
This could be the one,
Yeah. Do you remember that second when you realized you'd won the tournament, what that was like?
Yeah, it was. My first thought was, thank God I never have to do this again. Because it's stressful.
Win for the first time.
Yeah, no, it's just having to be stressed about Scrabble. It's a thing I cared about and I really wanted to win. And then it was just at that point, it's just like, good, I don't ever have to be stressed out about this again. I can just play for fun now.
I remember looking over towards your board when you had stood up when the announcement was made that you had won it, and I just, we didn't know each other that well, but I was just so happy for you.
Yeah,
and I know how much it meant to you. I could just see it on your face.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty incredible feeling, and it was nice. It was nice to feel like I played the last game well.
That's really nice. It is. You don't want to finish with a losing game.
Exactly.
Or a bomb.
Yeah.
What's legal wants to know the rule about the bag. It has to be above your head. That's just to avoid people peeking into the bag. We have had incidences of that. So if it's over your eye level, you can't peek into the bag. It's that simple.
Yep, that's just, how it is now. So, kind of a cruddy draw for Benji. Surprise, surprise how things have been going. But
I really want to know his brain circuitry that he finds looking at the tiles that way to be.
Yeah, there's I think John O'Loughlin, the creator of Quackle and one of the smartest dudes around. I believe he's the only other person I know who puts tiles sideways like that.
And I don't know if it's necessarily emblematic of high intelligence or like
Benji's
chaotic.
Benji's a smart guy. I think it's just become like a part of his identity. It's just like he's just the dude who puts his tiles sideways. I like to alphabetize mine.
He wants to get
FOU, yeah.
Yeah, so he's blocking the board. It's a little risky when you're behind a bingo, or not too much. Oh yeah, he had zone A to start, so yeah, but it's still a little risky when you're behind to start blocking the board like that.
It's risky. He's kind of just playing a pretty a standard line here, where he's just trying to score some points and also keep a decent lead. He's trying to maximize the chance that he's going to bingo next turn.
We're going to see Cat come down.
Yeah,
right now.
Not sure if it's what I would do personally.
No?
But
what would you do?
I'd consider FOH a couple spots above it. It's a worse leave, but it scores like significantly more points.
Oh, you're talking about Ben's turn, but I was okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cat is for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so Benji did pick up a blank here, which is pretty. He's gonna pick it out right now, which is gonna be.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, it's an I. I'm sorry. Ignore me. I can't read it either now.
Remember, it's a fleur-de-lis, so.
Right. That's true.
So he's got IV to HJ,
Yeah,
or
so
jived H, high jived.
Yeah, I'm assuming jived is going to come down through that E. That blocks everything again.
You know what we also have at tournaments very often is we have prizes for best theme word.
Yeah.
And it would be fun to do a New Orleans themed one.
Yeah.
But I imagine beer would win, according to you.
Oh, beer was absolutely wins.
All right.
Yeah.
So pretty simple word.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, Ivan. Thanks for watching. Yeah, this is an interesting situation for Benji here, because he can score some good points, but he's going to have to close the board short term, which is okay. I mean, as long as he's not behind by that much, and Will doesn't necessarily have too many options.
Well, he doesn't have any bingos whatsoever. It doesn't make any 7s or any 8s. So
I mean, we'll probably see Zunes or something, but from Will.
You think so? 14, yeah.
Because it's 28 and kind of keeps the board on lockdown. So an interesting play for Benji could be, Vide, however you pronounce it, making Tav. Because it,
that's very, very nice.
It sets up that S hook that,
yeah,
that in theory Will has to deal with. I mean, of course he has 2 S's, so whatever. But in theory, obviously Ben does not know that.
People don't like the V, they don't like the J, don't like to get them on the same rack, but thankfully we have jived and jiving, but he has nowhere to put it, so he's going to have to settle for only getting rid of one of these at a time.
Yeah.
And HIG, well, you pick an A, you have Haji, but...
Yeah, it'll take him a couple...
MEH.
Yeah, it'll take him a bit to probably build up that rack, but he is going to play Vide here.
No, and now he's going to take it off.
Ivan, I know that you're leaving. We are going to miss you, but we appreciate you hanging out all day.
Well, he's decided to play jive. Oh, we're really behind here.
Oh, no, he changed his mind. So people do that sometimes. They'll put down a play and then take it back up. And
but he didn't give him any extra knowledge because, except for the fact that he has an E on his rack.
Yeah,
he pretty much played the same letter.
Yeah, which isn't such a... Oh, my goodness, my opponent has an E.
Ooh, there's a shock with 12 in the bag.
Yeah.
Ooh. And he's right. It's actually a better play, I think, what he just did. Doesn't open the board. And it blocks the Z plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting position because even though he's losing short term, he's, trying to score points and get back in it because he's not necessarily going to bingo anytime soon. So... it's smart to kind of take that alternative.
If Will wants to undouble his O, get rid of the O's and get rid of one of the S's, he could do something like Sorgo from the triple lane over to the J, but that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he could just play like Goon or something.
I think that's what we're going to see, but unfortunately, he leaves himself 2 S's, which you think would be good, but you don't want to have doubles.
Yeah. I guess the nice thing about having the S's here, of course, is A, his opponent doesn't have them. But B, you can use them for defense on a board like this.
You can, but where?
In a turn or two.
Theoretically.
Yeah. But it's interesting to see something like that just so totally repurposed.
Now Ben, so I think we're going to be having.
We missed Grosh.
That's great.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is sort of interesting. This is I think where Will and I might differ a bit in Scrabble. I would never open the board like that with Elite.
And he knows that he has that E now to hook onto Grosh.
Yeah.
But
so
that's not such a big deal.
Yeah. Will Anderson is from Westchester County, currently living outside of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So he is very American.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like Fe and Grosh. There are no bingos with his rock.
Yeah.
And so he would play F-E-H underneath the G-R-O-S-Z, doubling the F, doubling the H, and hooking onto the big Z word. So that seems a pretty strong play.
I wonder if he'd consider playing Chef instead, just because he slots that C, and that C is going to be like a pain to block. And AIL's not so bad. Scores a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if maybe he'd try that. Leave's not quite as good, but...
Although the C with the R out there is really kind of sweet.
Yeah, I just like, it's that sort of that idea that we talked about of kind of, forking the board a bit or opening up those
he saves an I if he wants to play a bingo down to the C.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the I is pretty useful there.
Really good thinking as well. Just be a little afraid of saving 2 vowels.
Yeah.
Or he can play something totally.
Oh, Falchion. Okay, that's.
All right.
I mean, I can't really. I don't think I can really argue with that. Of course, Will just has the X, so he's going to score like 1 billion points again. But
well, that's why you don't do it.
I mean, it's an interesting line to take here.
He had 37 points with Chef. One less point.
He may not have seen the hook. Who knows?
Oh.
I don't know.
Could be.
But
well,
if nothing else, he's not that far behind. All it is one bingo gets him back in. Of course, as we're going to see, the tiles he's picking up. Well, we're going to find out in a sec that, well, I'll let you guys, I won't spoil it for you guys.
It's coming down.
Yeah, Will is definitely more of an open offense guy. I completely disagree with Kenji. I actually think he is about as extreme as the controlled open board people go. I once actually talked to Will about it. I actually offered to teach him how to play defense. And he's just like, I don't want to learn how to do it. I just don't know if it's worth it at this point. Like, it would take a lot of work. So I actually think Will is one of the most open players out there, and I think the play of Grosh kind of shows that to me. I don't know. I think that was a little bit crazy. I don't know. So this is going to be the last game of the day, yeah.
So I think there's no doubt that Will is going to play X underneath Falchion.
Yeah.
Seems like the right thing to do. It scores. It does leave a mitt full of consonants, but they're not terrible. And of course, he's going to pick up some vowels to go with it.
Yeah.
So. Is there an open T for end notes? I'm shocked. Oh, Donese, but nowhere to put it. So now you're starting to understand Benji's thinking, why he played jived and not tav.
Yeah.
And vide, because now he has not created any S hooks.
Yeah. I mean, Indigence doesn't quite play, so he's going to play ouch, which makes a lot of sense here.
This kind of describes his rack as well.
Yeah, that was rough. He's got a shot here to draw something good after he plays ouch.
I'm just looking at Will's demeanor. It's like, he knows that if he wins this game and Alec loses, he's sewn up the tournament with 3 games to go, and he can actually digest his food tonight.
Right. I mean, it's, having been there, it's just like, it's the craziest feeling. It's like,
did you have to go to the end, or were you?
I went to the last game.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I almost lost. I almost fell out of contention near the end.
Right, you said by 1 point, right?
Yeah, 1 point kept me in there. Then it was a total luck box against my ex in the second to last round, and that individual probably deserved to win almost just as much as I felt maybe I did. And
nice.
But the last game was fortunately wasn't that close. Well, that game wasn't that close either. The last 2 games weren't necessarily that close.
My biggest win was the Boston Premier back when it was really Premier, when it was really, really tough.
Yeah.
And I was 9-1 after the first day. I was just like lapping the field, and then the next day I developed a fever overnight. Maybe I couldn't handle the nervousness and whatever. And I think I only went through. I only won 1 game. I went 1-4, but I was so ahead of everybody that
you still hung on.
I still hung on to win it, but man, it was hard.
Well, how about that one time? I think it was on your birthday where you had to win your last game by over.
No, that was I had to win. So this was on my I went to Las Vegas for a big birthday, and I had to win the last 2 games. And my opponent only had to win 1 game, and I won the first game, and then we were going into the final game, and he only had to lose by like 181 points or something, and I think I won by over 200.
Yeah.
So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So
erosions.
Yeah, Will has picked another godly rack here.
Oh, but it's Ben's turn.
It's Ben's turn, so...
He's got imitated through T, which doesn't exist.
Yeah, Will's going to probably have a chance to pretty much put it away here. I think Ben's got a really nice shot here playing MIDI, making TAM, SI, and MI, keeping a...
And that saves an E hook.
Yeah.
Because TAM takes an E. You don't have to have the S, and he has an E, so...
Yeah. If Will wins, it will depend upon one other game.
And oh yes, so Rich, if you're out there, somebody give us updates on Alex's games, please. We promised everybody, and of course we want to know here too in the booth.
So I think the odds of Will's bingos getting blocked here are pretty low. I'm not really sure what would spur Benji to block the main part of the board that's going to get him back in it when he can open a new spot.
Yeah, he's not going to go anywhere near that R, I would think. He would want to keep that open with this rack.
Especially when he can open that nice spot there.
The question is, how many tiles does he play? Does he just play dim, even? I don't think that would be a good play.
No, I mean, you got to open up...
how about I-dim then?
Yeah, I mean, it would depend on how many E's left. It's just DATE is a pretty solid leave. And I suspect he's going to play... Oh.
Dide.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't make sense, because he doesn't have anything to hook the tad with.
Yeah.
I liked IDEM a lot, actually. The more that I think about it, I'd have to think longer on it. It's very hard for us to think here and talk to you guys, so we're not always giving the optimal play. We appreciate having Kenji here, actually, who's good, really, really good for that.
Yeah, Kenji was certainly someone who taught me quite a bit about the game. One of 3 people who I consider a Scrabble mentor, if you will.
Yeah.
Who knows if if I could have gotten to the level that someone like Will is now at without his wisdom. I do want to throw out a plug. Kenji's written an awesome book about Scrabble that I highly encourage anybody who's either new to the game or wants to take it to the next level. I highly recommend you check out this book. Kenji, by all means, feel free to plug it in here, but I'm not sure if it's still called Breaking the Game. I know you've changed the title a couple of times, but
well, he also has amazing videos, does he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely check out his book, because it's I like to call it sort of like the equivalent of Super System that we had in poker. Those were written by Doyle Brunson. I think this is like the closest thing Scrabble has had to that, and I think that's pretty cool. It's a lot of the stuff he talks about in there is the stuff that he taught me, and that I kind of learned from watching his games over the years.
So what just happened with Will is not only did he bingo, and he blocked the board up to a great extent, and he used up 2 S's. So it's all really heartbreaking for Ben, and he knows it.
Yeah.
Now, if this was Alec playing him, it would be really something. So now he's playing Alamo. He's untripling the A's, opening the board, and doubling the M. Yeah, so it's a really very good play, very strong play.
Yeah. So we'll see him put that down here in just a sec. There it goes. And we see Will has another nice balanced sleeve.
Tweak here.
Legal, you cannot concede a Scrabble game except for a couple rare situations, because we play with point spread, which is how much you beat your opponent by. So you have to finish out every game. As I've mentioned, I am not a fan of point spread, and I think it should be abolished, but it's not up to me.
One day you can have your own Scrabble kingdom, and you can make the rules.
Maybe.
You can dream.
Maybe.
Well, a lot of people think that spread is an indication of ability.
Yeah. I mean, I think, as I said, my major annoyance with it is that sometimes you have to give up a chance to win the game in order to make a play that conserves spread. And to me, that's ultimately throwing a game. I think if you have a chance to win the game, I just think you should always be able to go for it, and you shouldn't get penalized for trying to win the game.
I see what you mean.
And that's like...
Yeah, it should be all or none.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, that's about winning the game. Yeah, all I mean just by this different rule is essentially, don't judge people based on how much they beat their opponents by. Because...
well, the argument is made that if you have, and you're going to see this, the Mac Mellors and the, Dave Wiegans, they know so many words that it shows the level of study that they've done, that they play all of these words. But there's also a luck component, that you're picking the right tiles, or your opponent's making the wrong moves, or giving you spots. Look at Falciano. I don't know if that was the right play, but look what it gave away. He could have had the same amount of points and opened the board by playing chef.
Yeah.
So it's a decision he made that may not have been the right one, and that could cost you a game, one mistake like that.
Yeah. And I mean, this is even coming from someone who benefits from spread, you know, like, I benefit from spread greatly, because, like, you know, I know how to run up scores.
Right.
But I don't know.
You also have to sometimes learn how to lose by a small amount. Like in that game in Las Vegas, where I had to, you know, he had to lose by over 180 points. So he started playing very defensively, and he didn't maximize his chances. And I was able to usurp him. I made 9s. If he blocked the board, I made a 9. You know, like I was lucky to get the right tiles, but I also did the studying that I could find the word.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be in the right place at the right time, but in order to accomplish it.
Right. So we're seeing that Will is starting to close up the board.
So yeah, Will's going to play RAW here.
It's not what he would love to get rid of.
Yeah,
certainly the W.
I'm not in love with that play.
He could have played when to get rid of WE and saved a nice rack, but that wouldn't have been.
Yeah, sometimes the way to win the tournament is not always the way to win the game. Sometimes you just need to try to lose by not that much, because you need to make sure you beat your opponents by. Do
you think Will knows what's going on Ben's rack, and he's putting his tiles sideways too out of?
Everyone knows it. I mean, okay, well, I guess now that Will's drawn like his 5 billionth blank of the tournament, I guess now the game's pretty much over. I was gonna say that you know, Benji could play, you know, arrogant or something to bust the board wide open for 33 or so.
Oh, you're great at these extensions to the triple.
Oh, I wonder, what are the odds that Tarragoni is good?
I'm going to say no. That is the anagram of arrogant. It's Tarragon.
Yeah.
No, it is not good. Unbelievable.
No Tarragoni. Okay, well.
But is Will going to have to... Well, we're going to see. He's going to have to open the board, Ben, and he knows it.
Yeah.
And he wants to get rid of that Y.
Yeah, King actually...
He could play Yags and lay, but that's not going to open the board, but it's going to score.
Yeah. I think you take the points here and, like, open the board. I don't know. Okay,
no,
well, you know, he found it. That's,
but unfortunately, he has to save the worst tile.
Yeah. So I guess, spoiler alert, he's going to make the nice play here.
Doing that. We really should close this monitor.
Yeah.
It's not doing us any good.
King, to answer your question, actually, for me, it's a lot easier to find words when I'm playing in my own games. I focus a lot better when I'm in a tournament, and honestly, I care a lot more. You know, I'm devoting all of my brain power to that. Right now, it's just like, you know, it's fun to watch, but you know, I don't really have any skin in the game, so it's hard for me to focus all that brain power on finding words.
And also, we're talking with you guys, and we're paying attention to the commentary. And so
But even if I was watching, like, I just don't think I would find as much.
Yeah,
it's just
like
right. I'm just lazy, I think. But how is Carmel doing? That is a great question. Welcome back. Are you like awake from the next morning or something?
You want me to look at
Carmel Dodd Superfan? Welcome back.
Yeah, really, you haven't been gone that long.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how she's doing. Hold on.
Can you bet on these games somewhere? Well, I mean,
we have a roto.
Yeah, you could enter the roto at the beginning of the tournament, and certainly players will make some side bets. I actually lost a bet to a couple people because I had Nigel winning the tournament by quite a bit.
Ooh, that was a safe bet. God.
Yeah, well, I may not have been entirely sober when I made the stakes.
Carmel Dodd is currently in 21st place. Her record is 15-12 with a cum of -56. So
yeah.
She's had a bit of a rough go of it. I'm gonna.
Hold there.
All right.
But you can always bet on these games with your friends. You didn't hear that from me, though.
I think we lost Rich because we were not able to get a score for Alec's game, but we're going to ask Josh.
Yeah.
Josh?
My understanding is that Alec is winning.
Alec is winning? That's your understanding? If you can get a score on Alec's game, so we can...
Alec and Mac.
Yeah. Thank you. Our team is busy with other things.
Yeah.
Someone posted that Alec is ahead. Yes, but I'd like to know by how much and what's going on.
So what did Benji drew here? I don't.
More
almost.
Oh, it's a V.
He like almost got some sick plays, but
yeah, it's not a bad rack.
Quite.
But he doesn't have any bingos yet again. And he's not that far behind. That's the thing. Like one good 50-point play, and he's right back in it. He doesn't even have to bingo. But
except Will's got that freaking blank. That's the problem. Like,
he's not going to be bingoing now. I'll tell you that.
No, but he's still in.
But what is he going to do? So he wants to like open the board for himself, but at the same time not open it for Benji. It's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you just play off the K and a couple other tiles.
Almost says gawky if he had an eye.
Yeah, puts him in good position. Like Cola or something.
He's going to play Psych.
Oh, he is really going to open the board. Okay.
That's his style. And it could really bite him in the backside because.
I personally think that is like the worst. I would argue that is the worst play Will has made. It's by far the worst play he's made all day.
He's getting greedy. He sometimes can get a little bingo.
I mean, he's just like going for it. I think he's just inviting.
He's inviting trouble, and he's getting lucky that it's not getting in the way.
Yeah, it's like understand that most of the time Will's going to win this game, and yes, he's going to win the game next turn. He has multiple places to bingo now, looking at this new rack, and that's great. But it's just
have done it.
In those off chances, he kind of invited that long shot.
Yeah.
And Will's also entitled to nerves as well, and it wouldn't surprise me.
No, but this is not a nerve thing. This is I want more points thing.
It's possible. I don't know. Who knows? Do we? He's got to be like. I mean, he looks totally calm, but I know on the inside he's losing it right now.
I'll just have a sip of water here. Alec is ahead? Mac is ahead. Oh, so Alec is losing now.
We
by
think
50. It's hard. It's hard to. You want to hang around the table, but you don't want to be intrusive. So
yeah.
But things are starting to look exceedingly good for Mr. Anderson right this minute.
Yeah. So this game will be probably over in a sec.
Benji's last tile is a Y.
Yeah. I mean, he almost got a drew a bingo there, but.
Okay, so Will is going to bingo off the T.
Yeah.
With things like tolerate.
Yeah, it seems likely that after Benji makes his play, that Will's gonna.
He's playing gravity. I think he's feeling the weight of this. He's feeling weighed down.
Yeah.
Appropriately. He hasn't seen a blank yet. There's an S to come. He's passing tiles. This is why he's playing what he's playing.
Yeah, he's going for the one draw for the win.
He's going for the one draw for the win.
It's a.
And if Will had Drek on his rack, it's a perfect strategy.
Benji could get it. I'm going to assume here that there are 6 tiles in the bag, of course. I'm assuming there are.
I could go check. I'm getting tired.
That would be pretty rough if there weren't. And I suspect, there's.
I'll let you know.
Benji's going to pull out some tiles here, and I'll let you. Wait, he's gonna know very quickly that
Oh, there's still a lot of tiles to go.
Yeah, but
there's still 15 tiles in the bag.
But as we're looking here, Benji immediately pulls out.
This is the worst thing that could happen to Benji right now. Yeah, he did everything. He did the right thing. He played 6 tiles. He scored points. He opened the board. He went for the blanks, and he picked crap. You're not going to win those games.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you have to give yourself a shot to win. He found a line that can lead to victory sometimes, and he went with it.
And clearly, when Will played Psych, he's making an S. Right?
Yeah,
he's clearly doing.
Or an R.
Or an R, right?
But I mean, I think the thing you just have to give Benji credit for is he made a play that had a purpose. There are many different options he has there, but he at least did something that there's some logic to it, and he knew he could follow up on it.
Probably tolerate was a slightly better play in terms of not giving a word like with the W away, but it's a lot easier to hook off of tolerate.
Remember that time Will drew another blank? Will, I love you. You're like my buddy, but come on.
Oh, but he only has one vowel.
Oh, yeah.
Crappy tile.
No, we say this, of course. We say this totally facetiously.
Totally.
I think Will would be the first person to say that today has been just absolutely incredible for him. And he's played great too. I mean, Psych is like the first bad play he's made all day.
Will we'll berate him afterwards.
Yeah.
And we won't even have to. You know, Will. Oh, that was such a stupid play. Oh, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
I don't deserve to win.
Yeah, and that's
so Will.
That's what all of us younger Scrabblers, well, a lot of us are just like this self-deprecating dorks. Squish, what he was referring to is if he had played Tolerate. No, I don't. This isn't Collins. I don't know what it would be. I lied. I guess it would just be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Kenji will have to.
Yeah, we don't have
explain.
all the tiles that we can see and all that. What does he mean by jokers after top? Okay. Or jokers blanks? Does jokers mean blanks in Kenji's world?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Or maybe,
sure
or maybe
means.
it is what he means. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've certainly never. Well, Blyce Rot P, I completely disagree with you, but
That's okay.
we are all entitled to our opinions.
Oh, we're idiots. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Oh, I mean, I'm. You know, I can beat Quackle more than half the time, so whatever.
Whatever. So the bingo on Will's rack is bindery, which isn't going to go down, but he does have the R to hook onto psych.
Yeah, and Benji's got more crap.
So whose turn is it? It's Will's
Will,
turn. So
yeah.
he's going to, BY seems to get, now where's the best place for him to play that? Are there any A's left? He might want to, oh, no, that's not going to do it. Phoebe. Okay, there we go. He just loves going for the bingo.
Blyce, you can call whatever BS on me you want. I do not care at all. But have fun. Yeah, okay, now Will is definitely going for the greed.
Here comes the E.
Oh, yes.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Draping.
Yeah, draping.
All right.
I mean, I'm assuming at this point.
It might be blocked.
Yeah, I mean, at this point.
Bicep. So it's not. It's blocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benji's playing quickly, even though he's got 10 minutes to go. I mean.
Yeah.
Look at him just laughing. It's like Will probably told him something like,
yeah.
"Oh, you're blocking my bingo."
Yeah. Benji's flexing his bicep for everyone. I don't know.
In Scrabble, we do have a thing called coffee
housing.
Coffee housing. You saw Ben talking to Will there, and Will probably said something to him. But the game is not in doubt as to who's going to win this one, and they're probably just having a bit of a laugh together.
Yeah, because they're good friends. They're from the same area in Westchester County. They've been great friends for so many years. And you know what Benji said to me before this game? It's just like. Yeah, he's going to give it his best shot, but ultimately, like, if he loses, then, you know, one of his great friends is probably going to win nationals.
Oh, speaking of friends, that's what Rashid had on his opening bag with a blank. So Rashid is playing Dave Wiegand. Dave's in first place. And with 4 tiles left in the bag, and Dave having AEIIMRS on his rack, he is up by 50 points, 402 to 352. So it's looking good for Dave, but that's a far more contested tournament going on right now. And in fact, if Will does wrap it up tonight, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Collins tomorrow.
Probably more, yeah.
So the bag is empty. Oh, you see? And Will left all those lovely vowels in the bag.
Yeah.
But it really wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Will doesn't have the hugest spread this tournament. He's not in the thousands yet.
No. Well, for a while, he just wasn't doing well at all. I mean, he started, I think he was like 6-5. No, he was like.
Oh, was he really?
He was something like, I don't know, maybe 5-3, maybe. And now he's about to be 23-5.
That's crazy.
I mean, to put this in perspective, the year I won, I finished with 22 wins.
Yeah, he's already in the same amount of games.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no! He's already after this game he will already have more wins than I had. Period.
That's
so
crazy.
that tells you how this is how this is
So
going.
if you go over to the tournament page online, you can click on the player and get all sorts of information about them, including who they played when. And when they win, you see it in green, and when they lose, you see it in pink. And I'm looking at Will's, and after the first 5 games, he was indeed 1, 2, 3. He was 3 and 2.
I think he was 4 and 3 or something at that point.
And then
or
I'm
6 and 3.
3 and 2. After 5 games, he's 3 and 2.
Yeah.
And then I know I'm going to see a sea of green coming up. I mean, just punctuated by the occasional loss.
Yeah, the only person he really lost to was like Ben.
He lost to Ben.
Today, that was his only loss.
And he lost to Alec, but that's kind of appropriate.
Yeah. So yeah, Will started 3 and 2. Then he was 6 and 3. He was never 4 and 3.
He's been number 1 for how many rounds now? He's been number 1 since round 20.
Yeah, at the end of yesterday. So
and he's maintained it all day, and he's lost 1 game. So he went 6 and 1 today, which is pretty close to what you want to do.
Yeah. So he's played Buys and Spring, and I'm sure Benji's going to play pretty quickly. And
no, he's going to use up his 9 minutes.
Yeah, just to troll everyone.
He doesn't really have much to do.
Yeah.
And if anyone can get us a score of the Alec game, which might very well be finished by now, that would be amazing.
Yeah. 40% plus RNG. Yeah, right. That's hilarious. It's about 20, 25 at the most. All right.
What is MG?
RNG.
Oh, RNG.
Just randomness, essentially.
Oh, randomness. Of course. And because we pulled stuff out of the bag, you know, like it's not like chess and it's not like backgammon. You don't.
Yeah.
You know. Although backgammon has a luck component with the dice, you don't know what you're going to roll. But chess, you really can control your destiny constantly, and we don't have that.
Yeah.
Which makes the game very volatile, and that's why we have people who play up. We call it, even though they don't earn the right to be in the top division, you actually can choose to play in it if you want to. And they do very, very poorly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have a lot of trouble playing them because we have a high expectation that we're going to win the game.
Yeah.
And you never know.
So Will's going to put down the D here, and
here comes the shaking the head, you know, the no.
And
know,
that's
like, no, I didn't deserve it. I got so lucky.
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
So Will has won this game, and
Which is what he needed to do.
it's possible he could clinch it here.
Who's here? Who's here? Who is it? Is it Beyonce?
Here we go. It's the Beyonce of Scrabble, the 2017 National Scrabble Champion, Will Anderson. How does it feel?
Thanks, Daryl. It feels pretty amazing. I kind of was not anticipating this coming in, although I guess, you know, it's as likely as anybody except Nigel or whoever else. But I was just not trying to think about this actual moment until it happened, and it feels amazing.
I would like to say, though, Will Anderson, first off, congratulations. Very happy for you. I like to remind the viewers and you yourself that last year in the Atlanta airport, after our Atlanta tournament, I'd said, we're going to see you in a year or two with the win. And
good prediction.
You owe me $10 at least, man, or at least a nice steak dinner with that $10,000.
Well, yeah, I don't know when that's coming, and I'm not sure what my plans are with that money, but you know, I guess a steak isn't out of the question. So,
yes,
good prediction. Yeah, I think this is the kind of thing where the more you focus on the process of like, oh, I'm going to be the winner, you know, I have to do this to win, instead of individual games, the less likely you are to actually win. Thanks, Stefan.
Stefan Fatzit's over there.
Kissed by the author of Word Freak on the head. Does
Blessed
it get any better?
By the gods.
Amazing. Well, just a huge congratulations.
Congratulations.
The buzz is all around here in the hallway. You were being mobbed just a second ago. This is fantastic. There are a lot of people who were hoping for this, who were waiting for this.
Well, that means a lot. That means a lot to me to know that, you know, people were hoping that I would win, and that I have, you know, I guess for lack of a better word, you know, supporters, fans, people that were happy to see me succeed. It means more to me than it would otherwise, to know that I have people behind me and people that help me get to this point. There's so many that, you know, I learned from so many of the players that I competed against at this tournament, and I wouldn't be there without them. So
absolutely fantastic.
It feels great.
We don't have Gatorade, so this will have to
nice. And it was the tally slip dump. Will, though, congratulations. We are so happy that you are our new champion. It's been a long time coming. We knew it would be coming eventually for you. What do you have to say to any of the viewers at home that are watching, all tens and tens of them, and all your fans and supporters here at the convention center?
Well, I would just say thanks for following along. It's nice to know that there's an audience, and I hope you enjoyed the games. And I also know I'm not a perfect player, so don't think I have any illusions that I didn't make any mistakes or I'm the perfect player. I just happened to be victorious at this tournament.
I'm going to ask you one more question. What does the game of Scrabble in this community mean to you?
It means an incredible amount. Basically, I can trace the inflection point of my life getting considerably better and happier to the introduction of Scrabble. It's been just a total life changer. So many of my best friends I've met through Scrabble. It's just a wonderful community. It's one that I'm really proud to be a part of, and I have no plans to change that anytime soon. So
wonderful.
I don't think we're going to do any better than that. Congratulations, Will. Awesome job.
Well played, Will. Congratulations.
For sure. Thanks so much. Go party it up.